30 ideas for Dublin City Council, idea number, and it's to regenerate our Dublin City Council flat complexes. The area I represent in Dublin 8 has a large number of council-owned flat complexes, a lot of which date back to the 1930s. Now they support really strong communities, but those communities have often been let down by substandard conditions. They can face mould, damp, cramped conditions, filthy stairways, unsafe layouts and public areas in between the flats that face neglect. I'm here at Tyrone Place in Inchicore, where they faced problems with damp, and recently they had problems with intermittent water supply, for example. I think ultimately these complexes need a long-term full regeneration, and in the short term they need an increase in the amount of repairs. These were brilliant buildings when they were built. In many cases people have taken great care of their own private space, but the buildings are simply old. And to regenerate them, that's going to take councillors who are willing to budget for these changes and constantly keep regeneration on the agenda. In some cases that'll mean gutting the existing complexes and remaking the internal spaces. You might have, for example, 3 apartments become 2. It might mean some new buildings. It might mean renovation for energy purposes, layout changes and so on. This sort of regeneration has proven to work. It's already working pretty well in Dolphin's Barn, even though that project is moving too slowly. It's worked well at Fatima in Rialto, but we need to keep pushing for similar schemes to get them over the line at Oliver Bond, Tyrone Place, Basin Lane and others. And in a lot of cases, the good news is that those schemes are somewhat underway. There's plans in place to start them. And I think this is actually an area where there's pretty broad political consensus across all parties and none. But what we need is oversight, pressure and encouragement from elected councillors to get the projects over the line and to do so in a way that protects existing tenants.